Hello lads and welcome back to another video on the channel. I hope each and every one of you are doing fantastically well. We have got lots to talk about today. Some very positive news coming in from the Chelsea camp. But before we start, consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. We are so close to hitting 4,000 subscribers and you will get daily Chelsea content and news and analysis. And let's hit the like target for this video, 100 likes, and I will be a very happy man. Without any further ado, let's start off with the video. Let's start off with Edouard Mendy. His injury has been all over the news. Firstly, it was reported he would be out for at least 3 weeks. Then it went down to 2 weeks. Then yesterday it was reported it was not a muscle tear and he should be fine within 1 week. But now, even better news, it looks like he will be available for the Southampton game. Nothing has been confirmed yet. The game is on 17th, but the club hasn't officially confirmed that he's injury free. And if he's not at 100%, I would not risk him at all. But if he gets back, and so many sources are reporting on this, so many sources are saying that he would be fit, that would be just amazing because Southampton have got some very good players. Danny Ings is a very good player up top and he will possess a threat to our defense, and we need Edouard Mendy because I can't cope with Kepa Arrizabalaга's mistakes in every game anymore. We have signed him. We should be able to play him, but don't risk him if he's not at 100% because then if he gets injured again, it could be a 2 month or 3 month injury, and that would be just devastating. Let him rest if he's not at 100%, but if he recovers by God's grace, then let him play. Moving on, let's talk about Hakim Ziyech, another brilliant player that we actually announced in late February this year, but he has still not featured for us in an official match. He played for us in a friendly versus Brighton, but then he was injured. He was sidelined. He went out in Morocco, got some 30 minutes of international football, and then came back. But I still don't think he will start versus Southampton. He will come on. He will be on the substitutes bench, but he will not start. He has not got enough game time. He has not practiced a lot officially, and he has only played like 60 minutes in the whole season, so it does not make sense to start him. Bring him on as a substitute. We will be winning the game comfortably, hopefully by that time, in the 60th minute, in the 70th minute. Give him some time and slowly get him into the team. I know we are all excited to watch him, but we have to take care of injuries too. It is better to wait 1 or 2 weeks to see a player in full action rather than let them get injured once again and let them be out for 1 or 2 months. So hopefully Ziyech also plays versus Southampton and it would be amazing as well. Now let's talk about the Mason Mount problem or the Mason Mount dilemma. Frank Lampard loves the boy. We love the boy. He won the game for England versus the best team in the world, Belgium, yesterday. Belgium were missing some players, Eden Hazard, Dries Mertens, they were not playing. But England also had some players missing. Harry Kane was injured and was out of the squad. But Mason Mount got the winning goal. He deserved the man of the match 100%. But the question arises, where does he fit at Chelsea? He prefers to play in the cam position or in the center of midfield. We know that he does not at all work in the wings. We have seen that with England also. With Chelsea also, Lampard tried him on the wings, but then gave him a rest in the last match. But where does he fit now once Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic come? I think Mason Mount will play a lot. Lampard loves him. Lampard sees him as his second coming, you can say, because Mason Mount is actually quite good and the haters are just hating. If you watch football, you will know Mason Mount is a player that every team needs. He does the running. He does everything a manager needs on the pitch. He's so respectful and he follows orders, and that is what a manager wants. But where can he fit? Kai Havertz and he play a lot of similar football. They play in the similar positions, but we only need one cam in the 4-2-3-1. The best option for him to play is in the 4-3-3 alongside Havertz. That would be amazing to see. As I said in a previous video, the defensive midfielder could be either Conte or Kovacic, and the wingers would be safe at Ziyech on the right wing and Pulisic on the left wing with Timo Werner as the striker. That would be his best bet, but in a 4-2-3-1, I don't see him playing, I don't see him starting, but he's too good to be on the bench, to be honest. He will rotate with Kai Havertz, that is for sure. He could also be played on the wing because Lampard loves him on the wing for some reason, but we don't love him, and I hope Lampard realizes that as soon as possible. So that is the dilemma Lampard will be facing. Should he drop Havertz? No, he's probably our best hope for Ballon d'Or in the next 5 years, that is for sure. He will be a Ballon d'Or contender, I am pretty sure, alongside Kylian Mbappe. But Mason Mount loves him, and Mason Mount is loved by a lot of people, is hated by a lot of people too. But let's just hope he starts. Lampard somehow finds a way. The best thing I can refer to him is the 4-3-3. He would excel in that alongside Havertz. Where would you put him? I need your input. Write down in the comment section below, where would you put Mason Mount? On the bench? Or would you start him in a 4-3-3 alongside Havertz or any other formation? Join in the conversation, guys. This is football. We love this. You love this. And let's just talk. Moving on, N'Golo Conte, a very sad news related to him. Reports are saying that he wants to move from Chelsea next year. Inter Milan were quite interested in signing him this season, and he is being really rumored to join them next season, but nothing is confirmed yet. If he leaves, it would be so sad for us, because if you saw the match yesterday, France versus Portugal, he played absolutely fantastically, was also great on the ball, and was so great defending. He covers the defense, he runs a lot, that is every pundit says, but he's so important to every team he plays in, and Chelsea actually need him. He's probably one of our best players in the club, if not the best. And do you think N'Golo Conte should be sold if a good offer comes next season? Write down in the comments below. Even if they offer 50 million euros, don't sell him, because he's a priceless player and he's so good for us. But if the offer is in the region of, say, 70, 80, 90 million euros, then sell him in an instant, because he's getting older. We could invest that money on Declan Rice or any other DM, not specifically Rice, but any other defensive midfielder, and who is younger, who is stronger, and who has more potential than Conte. We could, of course, find them. Kamavinga would be a good shout. So good on the ball and so good as a player. Only 17 years old and rocking on the international stage. So good to see that. But that was it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if you're new, consider subscribing. Daily Chelsea talk, daily Chelsea news, daily Chelsea analysis, everything Chelsea in this channel. And thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful to all of you, and see you next time.